don't get how this works. Ta-da! Welcome back to the desk where... Shit's a mess. Welcome back to the desk where we talk about life's most persistent problems. Hey, it's me, Gus, your greasy YouTube friend. As you may know, I've been making YouTube videos for quite some time now, and over the last few years I've had a lot of people ask me, Gus, how do I make YouTube videos? How do I do it? How did you do it? What are some tips and tricks that I can use to make my YouTube a success? Now, I don't really know anything or everything, but I know some stuff because I've been doing this for a long time. I would like to sit down today and talk to you about some of the things that I've learned and give you my six tips on how to maybe try to be a successful YouTuber. Now, if you've seen any other creators talk about this kind of stuff too, you will know that everybody's situation is entirely different, and it's important to take what I say with a grain of salt. Know that a lot of what I say is my personal opinion, but I've been doing this for some time. I learned some things, so I'd love to share some stuff with you today. Really quick first, if you don't know, Eddie Burback and I started a video podcast that's on its own YouTube channel. If you want to go check that out, the link is in the description down below. Please go subscribe. We talked to Nakey Jakey last week. It was great, and we're talking to Drew Gooden the week after. We got lots of guests lined up, episodes every Friday, so please go subscribe to that. Thank you. Also, I want to mention really quick that this video is sponsored by Swagbucks. I actually used Swagbucks before they approached me for the ad stuff. You just get to use it as like a search engine where you can earn points for gift cards and stuff. You can take surveys and make a little bit of extra cash on the side. So if you want to earn a couple extra bucks a month, please go check out the link in the description. You get a $5 sign-up bonus, and it helps me out. So check that out, and let's jump in. Topic number 1, gear. One of the biggest problems that I see people make is they get the idea that they want to start making YouTube videos, and they rush out and they spend tons and tons of money on stupid shit that they don't need. They spend money on cameras, lights, good microphones and stuff. They don't even have a channel name. They have no idea what they're going to make yet. But so many people equate success and good ideas with having the right gear. That is the stupidest fucking thing you could do. For years, I shot all of my videos on a Samsung Galaxy S3 Mini. The frame rate was terrible. Half the time the audio only went to the left side of the speaker. There was blue dots on the screen. Here, let me pull up. You know, I'm gonna pull up right now one of my biggest older videos called Basic Home Security. It's really short. Just gonna check and see if the house is safe before I go to bed. Hey, are there any stabbers down there?
No, it's okay.
Okay, good. Look you can see right now. Look at the blue dots on the screen right there. Isn't that horrible? That's this shitty old phone. You can even see the dust blowing by in the house because I have the flash on the camera. It looks terrible. But you know what? That video got hundreds of thousands of views on YouTube and tens of millions of views from stolen links on Facebook and Instagram and stuff. You know why? Because it's objectively kind of funny. You could have some of the worst gear in the world, and if you have a creative enough idea, then you can find out a way to make it work. I did not actually own my own DSLR digital camera until last summer, after I had been doing YouTube pretty much full time for a couple years already. If you don't have a very good camera on your phone, there are other options. Maybe go check out to see if there's a library or a government center near you where you can rent out or even check out for free most of the time, camera gear and stuff. If you are in college right now, I guarantee you that your library most likely has camera gear you can check out. Go look. You'll notice that even a couple years ago, while I didn't own my own camera, I was still shooting on DSLRs because I would go to the library, I would check out gear, they had lights, cameras, action! I promise you, if you go look at Amazon, you'll find lots of really affordable and effective lighting units like the one I'm using right now in my room for like 40 bucks. You could probably find a lapel mic for under $20 that works just fine. This shitty lapel mic that I taped to my thumb, it usually has a clip here and it works, but you can hear that's pretty good audio quality. That's not too bad. This was like $19. You can buy a reflective bounce card where you can utilize the sun's light for like $9. Shop on a budget and do not throw your money down the drain unless you have a concrete plan and a good idea of what you're gonna do. Tip thing number 2, Well, how do I start? Question mark. So you're ready to go. You got your Galaxy S3 Mini. You got your little $20 lapel mic. And you're saying, well, what do I do? How do I start my channel? What do I upload first? As Philip DeFranco would say, let's just jump into it. How many times have you seen friends from like your high school or really small channels that you'd stumble upon announce that they're going to start making YouTube videos, and they'll put out a video like this where they sit in front of the camera and there's some royalty-free vlog music underneath, and they'll talk to you and they'll say like, hey guys, and wanted to announce that I am starting my own YouTube channel. Pretty much what is gonna be on this channel is just like, I don't know, just like, I think some vlogs and stuff I'm interested in, like just video games and movies and some funny and comedy stuff too, and pretty much just anything that I'm interested in. So yeah, guys, just subscribe and no! That's not interesting! That's not interesting! Don't do that! Everybody does that. Don't do that. It doesn't work. If you were a street performer, some guy that was going to dance on the street to try to get people's attention, you wouldn't go up to folks and just say, hey guys, basically I'm about to go dance over there, gonna do some flips and maybe a couple head spins, so yeah, I guess just this dance is just gonna be kind of whatever interests me. Oh, what's up, you're down the street? Yeah, duh. Just start dancing. People will watch. Put something good out and then they'll start watching maybe. Here's the thing about the internet. It's different from your real life. In your real life, people care about you. Your friends care about you. Your family, your doctor, your dog, they care about you. On the internet, if you go in dry, nobody gives a fuck about you. Same thing for me. Same thing for everybody on YouTube. When they started off, no one gave a single fuck about what they had to say or what they had to make. Don't preface people for stuff. No one's gonna watch that video. No one's gonna stick around. I guarantee you could even put that in front of your closest Facebook friends and they'll maybe leave a like or a comment for the first one. But the second, third, fourth video you upload, fuck them. They don't give a shit about you. Make content, don't announce stuff. I'm sorry if that was a little bit mean sounding, but I just see it so often, and you can tell right away it's the wrong way to start the channel. Start making the kind of videos that you're interested in making, and don't announce it. Make a funny sketch, put out a vlog, something like that, and then once you have a little bit of a catalog, then you can kind of shop your channel around, start putting it in front of people, say, this is what I do, this is what I made. Let the work speak for itself. Camera better not be fucking focusing on the Paw Patrol blanket the whole time. Something else to keep in mind is that you should really avoid committing to deadlines, schedules, and content types until you're more established. A lot of people come out of the gates and they say like, hey guys, every Tuesday we're gonna have a new video every Tuesday, and then 2 Tuesdays go by, nothing. Then they upload 2 months later, hey guys, just want to apologize, I had a lot going on and I didn't upload last Tuesday, but I wanted to let the record show that now I'm going to be uploading every Tuesday. And then they don't do it again. And don't update people. Save your channel updates for when it's a really, really important development in your existing channel that you already got going. Then people will care. Then they'll want to see, oh, what's the latest? Expert tip number 3. How do I know what's funny? If you're interested in making funny videos, then you are in luck, because most likely you already watch funny videos and you've probably done it for quite some time. Find some funny people, find some of your favorite creators whose styles you'd want to emulate. Not directly copy, but maybe incorporate similar ideas and stuff. You find a good sketch comedian? Go check them out. Pay attention to what makes their stuff funny. Pay attention to what you're laughing at, what kind of commonalities you see, how their editing techniques are employed, what kind of subject matter they're putting in their videos. And to repeat an idea I said earlier, you don't need good gear to make funny videos. Look at some of the most successful and funny YouTube comedians right now. I'm talking people like Caleb City, ProZD, Ian Kung. What do these 3 guys have in common? They shoot almost everything just around their home with their friends with bare bones props, just anything that they can find. And sometimes they even shoot on cell phones and stuff. Look at ProZD videos. His get millions and millions of views. They're really short. He uses goofy costume store props and stuff, and it looks like his stuff is shot on a cell phone. But why does it get so many views? Because it's fucking funny. It's funny. That is what you have control over at the end of the day. You don't have to afford a nice camera. You don't have to have good connections or even good props. You can put a piece of paper on your chest and write the name of your character on it, And if it's a funny video, people are going to watch it and laugh. I have found the best personal feedback from people in my life from asking friends that I knew would really give it to me straight, wouldn't try to just kiss ass, from asking family members like my mom, who is a very funny woman and gives very good feedback because she'll tell me, I don't think that's funny. Find people that you know are going to tell you, I don't think that's funny, or that doesn't look good. I don't like that. That is helpful feedback. You don't want people to kiss your ass, because once you get off of the little home front of people that actually care about you and go into the wilderness of the internet, then it's going to be danger mode USA. Hey, as you watch other people's videos, particularly comedy videos, pay attention to the editing, because timing is everything when it comes to comedy videos. Notice when they'll cut off shots. Do their shots hang a little bit too long, or do they slip from one piece of dialogue to the next really efficiently? What do they end the video with? Sometimes it's really funny to end with a big burst of action and cut the screen like that. If I was just doing a sketch and it's like, hey, the funny's building and it's going up and it's going up and then See, that stark transition can be a really funny joke. Jokes are not always readily apparent in the writing or the filming process. Sometimes you get into editing and you notice, hey, if I put a keyframe here, maybe the joke will be kind of funnier. Hey, maybe if I blast the audio at this part, it might accelerate a joke. Pay attention to what other people are doing and try to do it yourself. Implement those strategies into your work environment. Smart thing number 4. How do I get people to see my stuff? Gus, how do we do that? For some people, this is the hardest part. But if you know what to do and your content is good, then there are a lot of ways to get people to see your things. You could make the best video in the entire world, but if you don't put it in front of somebody, then it is never going to get seen. You can't rely on YouTube to just push your stuff to people if you don't have an audience built up already. The one piece of advice that I tell people more than any other piece of advice when they ask me, how do I get more people to see my stuff? It's 6 simple letters. REDDIT. Reddit. Put your videos on Reddit, especially if you make funny videos or really interesting action-packed videos or any video. According to 2 websites that I just looked at really quick over there, Reddit is the 5th most trafficked website in the US. It's an enormously popular hub for people to share memes, ideas, new content, and everything. I know a number of my personal friends and other video makers that I've met who have had almost their entire careers made by having their stuff blow up on Reddit. Keep in mind that each subreddit, which is its own little community, has different rules and different posting etiquette too, so make sure you know what you're doing. Look at the other posts on each subreddit. You want to make sure that you're not spamming your content and just shamelessly begging for people to take a look at what you're doing. Look at some of the related subreddits on the sides of stuff, see where your content fits in, and god damn it, put it on Reddit. It's so powerful. Put your stuff on Twitter. Weird Twitter has a great way of sending videos getting really big. It's so quick and easy to share your content. Even stuff like Facebook and Instagram, which is more suited to a wider range of ages. Look at what people are posting on there. Maybe you have a funny sketch and you gotta add the top and bottom text for a Facebook and Instagram video. Go ahead and do that. It doesn't hurt your content, and it opens yourself up to a new audience. God, I'm getting sweaty in here. Expert Village. Number 5, how do I make money? If you fully intend to make YouTube content on the regular, then you should safely assume that it will be at least a year, 1 full year, if not 2 years, if not 5 years, if not ever. It will be that much time before you make any semblance of money off of it. Nothing is guaranteed on YouTube. You should never be fully reliant on the YouTube ads themselves. There are so many factors for all of the people that you watch that dictate their income, factors like the sponsorship that we saw before, Patreon stuff. By the way, I have a Patreon, link in the description. Thanks. For your own sake and sanity and health, you need to start YouTube with the assumption that you're going to pursue it as a hobby, that you're going to work hard at and derive value and happiness from, but that you won't be reliant on it as a form of money for quite some time. That's what I had to do too. Even when I had a couple really big first hit videos under my belt when I was very small, there was a period of time where my channel wasn't even approved for AdSense and I was making 0 monies on my big videos at all. I was very fortunate that I was in a position where I was at a small Wisconsin college where I could pay $260 a month for rent, and I also had to work full-time washing dishes, doing paid school camera work for the college, and what else did I do? I don't know, I was a hitman. I killed many men for this channel. it is really, really hard to make money on YouTube. And once you start making money, it could disappear in a week. Things come and go so quickly, you can't put all of your eggs in one basket. You need to diversify your earnings. It's honestly, that's probably the most stressful thing, is wondering, am I going to be able to pay rent next month if you become reliant on it and if you get to that level. With money and advertising on YouTube comes one of the most notorious forms of business on the site. MCNs. MCN stands for multi-channel network, and what it essentially is a company that will come in and sign, quote unquote, sign artists, talent, YouTubers primarily, to work with a number of things that they say they're going to do for you. Now, I had planned on making a video about MCNs later on, but to give you a little bit of my take on MCNs, which is certainly not a unique opinion at all, it is this: MCNs fucking suck. If you are a smaller channel and you are starting to see some traction and you get approached by an MCN, do not sign a fucking thing. There are countless, absolutely countless creators and artists who have just gotten so fucked by MCNs taking their money, keeping them locked down, and completely fucking squashing them in every way. I have personally worked with 2 MCNs, and they have been pretty much abysmal experiences. What these companies will do is approach you, and they will say that they will help offer you a number of bonus premium features for your channel. They'll say things like, we're going to get you premium targeted ads on your videos, which will help get you lots more revenue. They are also taking a portion of your ad revenue. They'll tell you straight up, but they won't equate it. So they'll say, oh, we'll get you ads that earn this much more money, but also you'll need to give us like 40% of your ad revenue every month. If you're a smaller channel, they're going to give you way shittier deals. I guarantee a lot of channels are getting reached out to from these MCNs that just fucking troll the waters to see anybody that gets a modicum of success on the site. They'll reach out, oh, this channel has 15,000 subscribers. Well, why don't you give me fucking 40% of your ads and I'll give you premium content. They'll say things like, you can have access to our royalty-free music library where you can download tens of thousands of tracks. Fuck that. Go on YouTube, sort by Creative Commons shit. You can find lots of free music. You can talk to the artist directly, sometimes get your own tracks for cheap or even free. Go to freesound.org. There's so many things that you could do. You don't need their fucking free music libraries. They'll say like, oh, we'll help provide content ID. You don't really need that unless you're having these massive hit viral videos. For most, and I do not say that lightly, the majority of people who are signed with an MCN on the site are getting fucked. They are making less money than they could be. They are locked down contractually, and I cannot in good faith recommend any MCN to anybody. Now, I have friends who have directly benefited from MCNs, and I don't mean to sound double-sided with this too, but unless you are high on their radar, high priority, somebody that has the potential to bring in a lot of money through advertising for them, they won't give a fuck about you. I was signed with one of the leading MCNs for 2 years, and even last year when I was on the trending page of YouTube over 50 times, I was getting invited to YouTube events and stuff, not once did they bring a single fucking sponsorship my way. They kept the original cut of earnings that I was getting from them when I signed at 30,000 subscribers. It's fucked. It's completely fucked. That was a ramble. It was pretty crass. I cannot stress enough how fucking horrible of a move it is to sign with an MCN. Do not do it. Here's the thing to keep in mind. MCNs need us. They need us, the creators, to stay in business. They are fully reliant on what we do and the fact that we keep working with them. And if we stop working with them, then these fucking dead-ass awful companies are gonna fucking shrivel up and die as they should. Go fuck yourselves, every MCN. Fucking idiots. Anyway. And for my last and final and ultimate tip, what if I can't do it? So you put in a lot of time, work, money, patience, even maybe sacrificed some family and friend obligations, and stuff's not panning out. You're not getting the views that you hope for, you're not really assembling an audience, you're not feeling personally fulfilled from the work that you're doing. So what do you do about it? Actually, a big reason that I made this video recently was because a few weeks ago I got an email from somebody. They were very polite, and they asked me, they said, Gus, I'm in my mid-20s, and I'm not getting any attention on YouTube. I've tried for 7 years. They said, Gus, I worked for 7 years regularly uploading content. I'm in my mid-20s, and I'm not getting any success from it. Nothing is working. What do I do? Now, I looked at their channel. They had made a couple hundred videos, and they had 60 subscribers. For somebody like this, or for somebody that's feeling discouraged because they put in a lot of time and work to making content, I would just say, maybe this isn't for you. And that's okay. That's not a bad thing. It doesn't mean that you failed or that you're less of a person because you weren't able to do this incredibly difficult and tedious thing that requires a ton of luck on top of hard work and sacrifice. It requires a ton of luck. Just because you're not able to do that doesn't mean that that's it for you. There is a career and a hobby and a life path for everybody out there, and it does not have to be YouTube. Doesn't have to be Twitch. Doesn't have to be anything online. Doesn't even have to be performing. Find something that you're good at and that you enjoy and pursue it. Throw yourself at it. And if it doesn't work, then go on to the next thing. That's how life works. I wanted to be a cop when I was in like middle school. Even going into like high school, I used to watch the X-Files and stuff, and I wanted to be like an FBI agent, and I even like job shadowed some police officers and stuff, and I didn't think that I had the mental capacity to do it, and I was really stressed out about thinking about it, and I just decided not to, so I moved on to the next thing. And you should too if you're feeling discouraged. The whole point of YouTube is that you should derive more happiness from it than struggle and unhappiness. That's a shitty quote. Don't put that on a t-shirt. Someone's gonna fucking put that on a t-shirt. Anybody that's making any sort of living on YouTube is incredibly lucky, and if they tell you otherwise, then they're a fucking idiot and they're being a douchebag because they think that they earned something or they deserve something. Well, yeah, maybe they did earn something by working hard, but they have gotten extraordinarily lucky, as I have too. So yeah, don't get too bent out of shape about it. Just have fun with whatever you do, I guess. Just a side note off of that tangent before I wrap up. There's stuff that gets overlooked all the time that's such high quality on YouTube. Recently, I found a video by the Butt Boys called Robo Greaser. Fucking hilarious. Go check it out. I'll put the link in the description if I remember. If not, sorry, boys. Sorry, Butt Boys. Also, anything that Bridge Stewart makes, oh my god, it's so high quality and funny and just well made. Go look at him too. Bridge Stewart. I'll put him in the description. Unless, whoops. So that's it. That is the advice that I have for you. I hope you enjoy this kind of video. Again, this is not really regular content on the channel. I try to sprinkle in a couple longer ones. The next video cooking up is a spice meme. That's a good meme. So stay tuned for that. Again, please check out the podcast. I'm so fucking proud of it. Eddie and I have so much fun making it. Weekly episodes. The link is in the description. Subscribe to them. Thank you to Swagbucks for sponsoring this episode. And as always,